one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Miami. Darius Davis to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Herbert from the gun. He's trying to lay it in deep along the... That's complete inside the 35. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically, and a lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. D. Eskridge to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
The biggest mistake he could make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they've planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
3rd down run from Achane. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Chargers take possession. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Back to the air, Herbert. He finds McConkey. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On second down, here's Dobbins. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And the Chargers will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Herbert on first down. Finds McConkey. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play action now for Herbert. Finding Hurst. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
It's an LA touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. There it is, touchdown Miami! The Dolphins lower the deficit to a single possession. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here comes Davis. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Finds a man right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Herbert. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that. Now
Herbert again. Gets this to McConkey. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Herbert throwing again. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Herbert now off the play fake. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. It's Herbert once more. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Hits him on the in route. He's got to gain a 6 there. Javon Holland there to make the stop.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. To throw, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Herbert back to throw. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, well, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Herbert to throw once more. He brings it in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Eskridge on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's a chain up the middle. And he does what he can there, up to the 25. It's a gain of 6, and now they face a daunting 3rd and 14.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. And this one does not go far.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Headed right through the middle of the field. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a gain of 22. And the Chargers will have a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Brown's kick is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Washington now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tua setting up to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Putting a receiver in motion. Tua now from the gun. He's got Smith. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Tua looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Off the play fake, here's Tunga Vailoa. Completes this one to Braxton Berrios. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Jake Bailey on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. The Chargers ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
1st down, ball at the 36. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Play action now for Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. Juke the defender. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Throwing on first is Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Dobbins trying the right side. And they had that one contained right at the line. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Herbert now. Johnston brings it in. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Handoff goes to Dobbins, running left. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Quick slant complete. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Dobbins takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back at the 5.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Herbert from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This from just 23 yards away.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Eskridge on the return. Return's looking good so far. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Miami set to take over once again on offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Tua. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. He's on the move. Now here he goes.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Third and just 2 to go. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and short. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The Chargers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking, spring, guys hitting downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds McConkey. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
One of the big lessons you learn transitioning from college to the NFL is you can't get it all back at once, offensively or defensively. But this is the right way to go about it now defensively. You got to get a sack. You got to get something going to stem this momentum, and that might just be the sack they needed.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Running left, it's Dobbins. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7. On
3rd down, Herbert. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They run. Here's Dobbins. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
From the gun on 3rd, it's Herbert. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Brown's kick is up and good. And make this a 19.3 score advantage.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with the high percentage make.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Eskridge on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tua out of the pistol. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break, knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Throwing again here on 2nd, Tagovailoa. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Slot man motioned over. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. The visitors are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Herbert. Completed over the middle. They'll have him gain about a handful there. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. It's a give here for Dobbins. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Chargers need some big yards in a hurry. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. Throwing now, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Completed here to Johnston. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 39. That throw finds Johnston. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. It's Herbert once more. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins get the football on the 1st turnover of the contest.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to throw it. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. They connect on the deep shot. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Yeah, and the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. We've reached the break. The Chargers visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now we'll send you up to Orlando, our studios there, for Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Miami offense headed out there now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And after a little running, he gets this up to the 32. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He's got Smith. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running with Achane out of the gun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running back, motioning right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Tagovailoa back to throw. Able to find Achane. And this one doesn't go far.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Punting unit out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. A play fake, now Herbert to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They're set up at the 35 now. Herbert on 1st down. Hauled in left side. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They gained 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers push their lead further to start the half. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers go up by 19. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Eskridge on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. He's got it deep downfield. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins, and he gets a few on the plunge forward. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 46, it is caught left side. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Herbert from the gun. Searches from the pocket. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one, headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Dolphins are headed out there alongside Jalen Waddle for this next series. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Has his man, it's Smythe. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. Offense to the line for second down. From the 31. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled for a short gain. So after the play, we have the trainers headed out. Looks like a member of the Dolphins out there is in some discomfort. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up here with Achane. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Make it a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Completes this one to Hill. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Has a man, it's Achane. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So after the 5 yards are marched off, here's 1st and 15. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Achane running to the right. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro? You stick someone like that.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.